But remember, this is something we added this year of just up and coming, emerging leaders who are doing amazing things in the space. And we wanted to give them some stage time on here so you could get the benefit of seeing who they are, what they're about, what they're accomplishing, and what you can learn from that. So if I've got this correct, the first person I want you to welcome to the stage is Miss Sara Marble.
Really tough decision. Driving to work, I knew when I got there, it was the shift that the holiday schedule came out. I knew that I was going to have to decide between signing up to take care of the people that would be in the hospital over Christmas or being at home with my boys, watching them open their presents Christmas morning. That decision is a decision that comes when you're a nurse. Nights, holidays, weekends, you have to sign up. You need to be there. I remember thinking, I'll take Christmas morning. It'll be my turn to do this. But I don't know that that's the dream that I signed up for. That American dream. We all have a dream, right? You have a dream. If you're in this room, come on, you've got a dream, a big dream. Was this the American dream, choosing between helping others in the hospital or being at home with my family? When I was 8 years old, I knew I was going to be a nurse. What could be better than a career getting paid to help people? How amazing is that, right? I went to nursing school. Worked really hard. It was actually one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Right next to getting on stage in front of a couple thousand people. So, I worked really hard. I actually remember sitting in anatomy class, daydreaming. What am I going to buy with that nursing paycheck? What kind of car am I going to be able to get? Now, it's not as exciting as Mr. Darnell's wife in the Cadillac. For me, it was going to be a Honda Accord. That would be it, right? So I worked really hard. I graduate. Being the ambitious new nurse that I was, I opted to go for the intensive care unit. I was just going to dive right in. Night shift, that would be better, right? $2 more an hour. That nursing salary was going to make my dreams come true. It didn't take long for me to realize that although rewarding, nursing came at a price. Those 12-hour night shifts, sometimes they went on for 13 or 14 with no break, no lunch, taking care of patient after patient after patient, maybe understaffed, not being able to have the time that you need to devote to those people that were lying in that intensive care unit bed. It was an emotional toll, a physical toll, the toll that it took realizing that I was the one in that room watching that person as they left this life. With that American dream in my head, that was something that I wasn't prepared for. I do have to tell you though, working in the intensive care unit had its perks. There were some really cute guys that looked awesome in scrubs. So I met the man that I would marry, an awesome ICU nurse. We worked together in the intensive care unit. My dreams got bigger. We had 2 nursing salaries now. That would be the ticket, right? no, I have a better idea. Let's send him to get his master's degree in anesthesia. Then we really will have made it. I'll have my nursing salary. He'll have a master's degree as a nurse anesthetist. Then we'll have the American dream. I kept on dreaming. I wanted a family. I wanted kids. I wanted to be a mom. But I didn't want to just be any mom. I wanted to be a mom who could do everything. Go to the games, be there, be at home, take care of a family. So John went to anesthesia school after I signed him up for that graduate entry exam and kind of shoved him on, because I wasn't going to do the master's degree thing. So he went to anesthesia school, and while he was in school, I worked full-time, 12-hour night shifts. We were blessed with our first baby. That got interesting. I would work nights. John would keep the baby. I would stay home and sleep just while the baby slept, while he was at school, doing everything that he needed to do. There was countless nights that the baby would need. So sleep-deprived, exhausted from school, he would pack the baby up into the carrier, drive him to the hospital where I was working so that I could feed the baby, get him to sleep, and then he would go back home hoping for just a few hours of sleep before he had to get up and go back to school. Fast forward to 2010, we are living the American dream. 2 boys, we've got the house, we've got the car, we've got the Honda, but it's a minivan. We went for the Odyssey. Woo! That's right, awesome, minivan. But let me tell you what, that American dream, the dream when I was 8 that I was looking forward to, being a nurse, having it all, that dream came with $100,000 plus nursing school loans, anesthesia school loans. We had a mortgage. We had that car note. Oh my goodness. And the kids, they were getting busier and busier and busier. Soccer games, baseball games. I'm working. John's working. Not only are we both working now, he's on call. He's got that little beeper that tells him where we can go, what days we can go. At the moment's notice, the pager would go off and we would have to drop everything, and he's back at the hospital for those call shifts. I do remember thinking, is this it? Is this the dream? Was this what I was hoping for? When I was introduced to network marketing, I had no clue that I had been. I didn't know what it was. It was some products that I had found. I was just hoping to lose a little bit of baby weight. We won't mention that that baby was 4 at the time. So I found some products that I loved, and being thrifty, like I was, being a good wife and mom, I decided to join to get my products at wholesale. I then decided I'd share with my mom. She could join my team, right? Now please tell me I'm not the only one that signed up my mom. Who else has signed up their moms? Yes, okay, good, very good. That's the right thing to do, right? So, my next team member was the team member that my sponsor gave me to kind of motivate me a little bit, you know, to get me to kind of see the vision. Yeah, I still didn't know what we had. Our first annual company convention was coming up. I decided that I wanted to go to that convention with my first promotion. So I signed my husband up without him knowing. It was at that first ever company convention in a room less than 200 people that I started to realize what this network marketing thing was. Everybody was happy. Everybody was sharing story after story after story of lives being changed, people being touched. My eyes would literally open at that first event, and I realized, this is something I want to do. Not only is this something I want to do, I think this is something that I can be really good at. Well, my mom and I decided we're going to get to work. So we leave that first convention having no clue what the work was that we were supposed to be doing. We decided, well, I guess we should do a meeting, because that's maybe how we should do it. That first meeting, oh, I wouldn't have wished that on anybody. It was terrible. 6 people showed up. Actually 4, because 2 of them were my mom and my dad that sat in the front row cheering me on.